All right, I just wanted to follow up on that question about rejection versus regret. So, if you think about it on a basic level, there's some differences between rejection and regret. Rejection tends to be more momentary, whereas just by its nature, regret is more of a long-term thing, right? We walk with it in our lives sometimes for years or many years. The thing about rejection is it can happen, but we have a chance to go at it again, whatever that may be, whether it was getting rejected by a potential employer, by a potential mate, whatever it is. We can almost learn to overcome the effects of rejection in this basic sense just by kind of picking ourselves back up and saying, hey, it's no big deal, I'm going to give it another shot. Regret tends to hang with us, and it's a little tougher sometimes to overcome because you can't go back and change the past. So I think one of the key differences between rejection and regret is the fact that in terms of rejection, again, this is on the basic sense of it, in terms of rejection, we can toughen up a little bit and start to develop a little bit of an immunity, if that's not too strong of a word, to the rejection, a little bit of a resistance to it in a healthy way by not letting it affect us so much. Regret, if we try to get immune to it or stuff it, is actually probably just what I said, stuffing it down and not actually processing it. This idea of that I've heard some guys say in the past, like, no regrets, man, no regrets, I got no regret. I'm kind of like, well, what does that even mean? Does no regrets mean you just never admit making a mistake, never learn from your past, never learn from any mistakes? I don't know what no regrets means. If it means I've thoroughly processed that emotion and I've come to peace with it, then great, no regrets. But for most people, I don't know if that's what it means. But there's one other thing I would say on a deeper level as it relates to both rejection and regret. Let's take rejection first. If you experience rejection again and again and again, it can begin to develop an expectation of rejection. It can begin to develop a belief system where you expect it and believe that it's going to happen. And this is where it gets into another whole level, like a spiritual level. You can actually start to walk around with a spirit of rejection. And that thing will literally cause you to be rejected by the ones that you don't want to be rejected from the most. So that's a real thing. Honestly, it's kind of similar in that sense with regret, where you can, if you live in this regret and you don't process it and don't deal with it, you can actually get into a spirit of regret where you just, it's like a depression maybe, where you live under that cloud all the time. So how do you deal with that stuff? Well, it's on a human level. Like I said earlier, you might be able to develop thicker skin and overcome rejection a little bit and toughen up somewhat, and maybe you can sort of rationalize why you shouldn't feel regret for whatever it was that you did do or didn't do. But there is a point where we can't do this ourselves. There's a point where we need a different perspective that comes from outside of ourselves to even deal with the things that have happened with us in our lives. And that's one of the ways in which we have this huge need for God. We need His perspective in our life. We need His healing from hurts, from the traumas that have happened to us. And so we need a relationship with God. A lot of times we are going through this life trying to figure it out on our own, and it's pretty tough. It can be pretty tough. So ultimately, we need to get connected to God, and that's through Jesus Christ, who is the one who is our only way to God. It's through Jesus Christ that we can have a relationship with God. So I just want to encourage anybody out there, if you're living with this stuff and you've been trying to just kind of get through it and muscle through it or whatever, talk to God about it. Just talk to God about it. Even if you've never talked to God before, it's as simple as just getting quiet and talking to him and say, if you're real, show me who you are. Just show me who you are and help me to deal with this stuff in my life. And the best thing you can do once you go there is just say, and God, I need your presence. I need your forgiveness in my life. See where it goes, because I guarantee you things will change for you. All right? So we'll see you on the next one.